It was easy to colonize Africa because of our value systems. We were welcoming to visitors. Kindness was also an important virtue in African society. Unfortunately, the values that were held in high regard in African society were the same values that made Europeans view us as naive and inferior. In short, our kindness was taken for weakness. The same thing happened to the Aztecs in South America. After Christopher Columbus's first voyage, he described the natives as so naive, so free with their possessions. When you ask for something, they never say no. To the contrary, they offer to share with anyone. To European imperialists, being kind to one another, let alone strangers, was not a common occurrence. You see, by 1601, the Dutch had already established the first stock exchange in history. This also means that capitalism began to take shape in European society. In essence, it was every person for themselves, may the best businessman win. So when they set foot in Africa and saw people living in harmonious communal societies, we became targets, easy targets. And that's how precious minerals and other resources were siphoned out of Africa to build Europe.
Wow, man, I think that this was beautifully explained right here. So basically, she's explaining why Europe colonized Africa and other places so easily, and it's because like these values right here, man. We weren't in capitalistic societies. This was our values of community, hospitality, respect, hard work, and family. And this is what Europeans took advantage of, like with their capitalistic wanting to like conquer mindsets, right? And I think that this isn't like the whole story, of course, because we know like certain tribes in Africa had wars amongst each other over territories and stuff like that, and certain indigenous tribes also didn't really get along. But when it came to people who were like super foreign that they never like seen in that land before, they probably thought the Europeans were interesting and how they dressed and how they moved, until they started the BS, right? Until they started taking land, pillaging, and bringing diseases and all that stuff. Before all that happened, they probably just welcomed them with open arms because they're like, oh, these are like people we never seen before. Like they're living differently. They have stuff to trade with us. They come in here. They probably running out of food and stuff. We can help them. We can show them how to farm certain crops. We can we can really help these people out. And they probably thought that it would benefit them also, and somehow just having new friends, right? It's like making a new friend, but come to find out that friend got a hidden agenda. That friend is he wants your land, he want the gold there, he want the resources, and he gonna take you by any means necessary, because at the end of the day, we are the quote unquote civilized people and y'all are just savages, right? And I think we seen that all over, because I always wondered, right? I always wondered, like, why? And it's not all of them, right? Because I'm pretty sure that some colonizers were immediately met with straight violence, right? And probably, like, I'm not gonna assume that every single tribe in indigenous America or in Africa was just completely passive, right? But a lot of them were like she said, just very welcoming, right? But I'm gonna assume that like some of the Europeans were met with violence. But at the end of the day, it's like, all right, y'all coming over here, we real warriors, we ready to fight any type of way, but y'all got advantages in like guns and stuff like that. Because like when I was researching a lot of the stuff that went on in like South America and how they like colonized, as far as like Zimbabwe and like the Zulus and stuff like that, I seen that like a lot of the original battles were being won, but then they come with thousands of troops and they got guns and all that stuff. It gives them an advantage, right? It definitely gave them the advantage. And I'm pretty sure like once a few tribes started to get colonized, like that's when as far as like the indigenous people of these lands, they probably were like, okay, we have to be ready for these guys. We're not gonna be as welcoming anymore. But in the beginning, when you first see somebody, you know, they come in on a ship across the land, they got a smile on their face, they trying to be your friend, they trying to understand your language and understand your people, you know. It it was just in their nature to be welcoming, man, just to be welcoming to these people, which I can't blame them for, man. It's like if you, that's the values you're raised on, which are like great values. You know, you look in any religious text, it tells you to value community. You know, respect your neighbors. You know, work hard. Like be a strong family person. Be hospitable to the people around you. To love people, and you know when you got somebody that has the mindset of like a capitalistic mindset of like, okay, we're gonna go to this land. These people are savages anyway, so this is basically unclaimed land. Like I seen a little clip. It was like uh basically the colonizer comes over. The colonizer says he asked the native, whose land is this? The native says nobody's land. And you know, the colonizers like, perfect. This nobody's land. Bet. Let me put my flag down, put my sign down. Now this is my territory. And then the native is like, but this is my hunting land. And the colonizer is like, no, this was your hunting land. You got your English wrong. This was your hunting land. It's not your hunting land anymore. So it's just the different values is kind of what mess things up for a lot of these tribes. But as we know, there are certain places. I want to say, I don't want to get it wrong, but in East Africa, I think like what it was, Ethiopia, the only place to not get colonized, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone down below will be able to correct me on that. But yeah, man. I you know I love the history lessons. I love having these conversations. I love learning. Um, it's just a shame that the people did become easy targets. But hey, it's a lot of great things going on in Africa that, you know, things are turning around. Some people are getting their land back and things like that. New leaders are popping up that are not going for the colonizers, right? I think Africa has too many resources for to not have like more countries be on like the top richest country list. Like that's just how I feel about it. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video down in the comments below. Appreciate y'all for watching as always. Love y'all. I'm out.